Hi, everyone. Did you know that in Greek there are two words that translate into our word time? Oh, wait, you're all ministers. Of course you knew that. But just in case, the first of those two words is the word chronos, which refers to chronological time, time after time, time marches on, time stops for no one. The second of those two words is the word kairos, which suggests the right time. The time has come. Time for supper. It's about time. We mentioned these two words for time at this time because in one way, in a chronos kind of way, this wedding day has been a long time coming. But let it be said that in a kairos kind of way, this wedding, this marriage between Erika Poarch and Jonathan Coalson is happening when the time is exactly right. And so, welcome everyone into this perfect moment in time.
Just a little housekeeping for you all. John and Erika are very happy that you are here today, and they want so much for you to be in the moment. So they are inviting you to turn off your cell phones for a few minutes. That woman right there has this part covered. After the ceremony, Erika and John will be out in the gathering area, and you are all welcome to go and join them there and turn your cell phones back on and take as many pictures as you would like. But don't go too far away because you may be called in for an official photo in here, so you need to kind of hang around. And then we'll make our way to a fabulous dinner full of toasts and laughter and great food at Seasons 52. But that is after this, what we've come for in this place, this holy ground. It's not necessarily holy because it's a sanctuary. We all know there are beautiful sanctuaries out in the woods and the world. But it is holy because of who is here. People in this space and people who have come and gone from your lives and people who are watching this event online and will be part of the cloud of witnesses who we are sure are going to make this wedding go viral. You all make this place holy. So I invite those who are seated here to please stand. You are all here in person and virtually because you matter. Jonathan and Erika are asking for your support as they continue their journeys together now as one. So we ask you, will you, the community gathered here, encourage John and Erika in their marriage? If so, say we will.
We will. Do you celebrate with them the decision that they have made to choose each other? If so, say we do. We do.
Will you continue to stand beside them, yet not between them? If so, say, we will.
We will. And will you be a support for them in good times and bad forever? If so, say, we will. We will. Thank you. Please be seated. Our first reading today will be offered by the mother of the groom, Joyce.
I'll be reading the 13th chapter of 1 Corinthians. It's a familiar reading at weddings. It ever remains a classic rendering of the power and the meaning of love. And while it is read in the context of romantic love, it also affirms the love of family and friends, as well as life partners. It is a tribute to John and Erika's love for each other, but also for the love of friends and family who are here to share these moments with you. They work hard to stay connected with their friends, yet they make it look easy. Their family extends beyond those whose DNA they share. The love that Paul extols for us in his letter to the Corinthians is the love that John and Erika share with each other and with us. And we celebrate that with them on this special day. And now, 1 Corinthians 13. If I speak in the tongues of mortals and angels, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away all my possessions, and if I hand over my body that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. But as for prophecies, they will come to an end. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will come to an end. For we know now only in part, and we prophesy only in part. But when the complete comes, the partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became an adult, I put an end to childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then we will see face to face. Now I know only in part, then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known. And now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, and the greatest of these is love.
Our second reading is the lyrics to the Mountain Song by Top House, and it will be read by Helen Grant and Allison Morrow Depp, John's older sisters as he grew up.
Having us today. We climbed a mountain, and I picked wildflowers and put them in your hair. And at the top, we found a meadow and danced barefoot in the grass. And I'm not lying, there were bluebirds in the air.
It was a long one. There was a time or two we felt like giving up. But every fall and every stumble made us stop and see the wonder. With your hand in mine, we pushed on towards the top.
Why do people climb mountains? Is it just to reach the top and see the view? Well, I'll tell you something, every rock and every river, every sore and every splinter, I would climb every mountain with you.
Well, the clouds rolled in. There was lightning, there was thunder, there was rain. As we hid beneath our shelter, all the doubts that we had felt came pouring in as a flood we had to face.
Then came the sunshine, the clouds rolled back, and color filled the earth, and the rain had brought the flowers. You could sit and stare for hours, and the toil and the struggle showed its worth.
Why do people climb mountains? Is it just to reach the top and see the view? Well, I'll tell you something. Every rock and every river, every sore and every splinter, in the summer, in the winter, when it's warm and when we shiver, when our feet are full of blisters, when it's sweet And when it's bitter, I'd climb every mountain with you.
It's difficult to describe how honored we are to be here. We always told our boys that we weren't going to officiate at their weddings. You are one of our boys. But it's Jonathan. How do you say no to Jonathan? And then to find out that Erika is just as cool and wonderful as Jonathan, how could we say no? And so we said yes, with humility, excitement, and feeling very blessed to be asked, especially because there's so many ministers that you could have asked. So we are here representing all of you ministers and others. Now, usually this part of the service is a time when we talk to the couple and the people that are here just listen in, and we'll get there. But we feel a need to begin by talking to all of you, to fill you in a little bit about these two standing before us today. So, John and Erika, I guess you can fact check.
To have known John for as long as we have, which is to say, to have known John since he was pretty much exclusively Jonathan, which is to say, to have known John since he was 2, wearing his cowboy boots and red plastic cowboy hat. To have known John for that long is to know that it is no surprise that he has chosen as his life's work a profession that is all about gathering a community around him, being part of that community, being at the center of that community, taking responsibility for those who are in that community, and delighting whenever that community is gathered. We say this not necessarily because of John's sense of empathy, although he certainly has that, or his wonderful way of making conversation, which sneaks up on you and immediately puts you at ease. Both of these things are true. But the thing we hearken back to as we have seen John do what he has done with his life is the fact that when he was 2 and then 3 and 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, maybe even 16 and 18, through all those years, John's most prized possessions, as far as we could tell, were his guys, his community of guys. His stuffed guys, his plastic guys, his Happy Meal guys, his Muppet guys, his state fair guys, his vacation souvenir guys, all of them, his guys.
And then, as Jonathan grew up, when his guys became people, they were multi-gendered guys. High school guys, the gang guys, college, roommates, and podcast guys. We think that at least one of the reasons that John's guys here in this room and online are so important to him now is because they have always been important. And in that community of guys, from way back when, there was one set of guys, one in particular that seemed to always have a special place, and that was Winnie the Pooh and his friends, whose presence transformed the community that was John and his guys into what might be called his very own 100-acre wood, right there upstairs in his parents' Broad Ripple house. Now, while we haven't known Erika nearly as long as John, in the past few months, we have learned a lot about her and have begun to understand why she is as treasured to John as his guys were. And from the sound of it, I think it's fair to say that she also spent time in her own 100-acre wood. In fact, Erika's quite literally was usually an outdoor wood. She always loved being outside. Erika was shy as a young child and became not only a bit of a bookworm, but an outdoor adventure woman. Her circle of friends was small, but she was very loyal to them. Later on in high school, she made some close friends as she trained for various races, long distance running, marathons, that sort of thing. Friends mattered to her and kept her going, even after a serious surgery when her doctor said she would never run again. See the similarities to the friends in the 100-Acre Wood?
When Erika moved during high school, she's told us that she came out of her shell a bit, and she could be found around a campfire dancing with others to the beat of drums, or having conversations that went deep into the evening. In fact, she became sort of like Pooh, it seems to me, who specializes in living in the moment, and who would ask simple philosophical questions like, what's wrong with knowing what you know now and not knowing what you don't know until later?
While Erika didn't have a hamper full of guys like Jonathan did, she did have one beloved Cabbage Patch doll named Ashley. You need to ask her the story about Ashley. It's very cool. And I dare say that she loved her single little Ashley as much as Jonathan loved his gang of guys. And then that teacher soul in Erika started developing very early when she forced her brother and cousins to play school, and she was always the teacher. And it continued for years as she got one degree after another, all somehow with a focus on the environment, often particularly aquatic environments. And then she had learned to love them so much in fact, that she wanted others to love the environment as much as she did. So she taught tourists, then students, and now teachers. In her 100-Acre Wood, there were so many places to explore water.
So Erika and John, we think it's fair to say that you two spent many years on adventures in your own very different 100-Acre Woods. You both have lived and grown through sublime, wonderful times that had to do with things like traveling and music. Both of you have lived through very hard things where worlds tumbled backwards for a while. The woods became dark and the way became hard to find. Each time this happened for each of you, it seems you have found your way, partly through your own resilience and resources, and at least partly by finding again your communities, by finding friends and family who helped you through the darkness until you came out the other side. Sometimes they cheered you on, sometimes gave you a place to call home, and sometimes they just sat with you and didn't say a word, doing nothing really, but being there. Those experiences were hard and not to be taken lightly, but as Jana and I have heard your stories, we've had to wonder if those experiences are at least a part of what's given you both such a deep, deep capacity to be present for each other and for the world around you, and to have those deep conversations that make you two who you are today.
And now that you've discovered each other, you are ready to do something together in your shared 100-Acre Wood, which includes a whole new blended set of guys. Being a cheerleader and champion for teachers, staff, and customers, finding great restaurants and staying there for a while, always remembering your servers with very big cash tips, taking hikes where at least one of you takes pictures of every single little thing that you find, enjoying places as diverse as Dollywood and the mountains of Colorado, doing a lot of listening, sharing a ton of compassion, cultivating the amazing skill of being able to laugh together even when it hurts. And even sometimes finding a beautiful cliff at the edge of your wood where you simply sit and watch a sunset and do nothing for a very long time while the sun sets and it gets colder and colder and colder.
And so, John and Erika, now that you are about to officially enter life in your shared 100-Acre Wood, we'd like to offer you a challenge that comes from a book called The Tao of Pooh, and can be described simply as remembering to include in all the other ways you live your shared lives, to include the Pooh way of living.
In the 100-Acre Wood, desire is a good way to live. It can take you to places where you may need and want to go, like to the tops of trees or the other side of the river.
In the 100-Acre Wood, cleverness is also a good way to live and can help you solve problems that need to be solved, like how to get Eeyore to cheer up or Tigger to calm down.
In the 100-Acre Wood, knowledge is certainly a good way to live. It can help you to be like Owl, to mentor other teachers, to make conversation with customers. It can impress your friends, and comes in very handy on trivia night at the bar or on the podcast.
In the 100-Acre Wood, hard work is a good way to live and helps make sure you always have honey on your table. But among all these ways to live, remember the Pooh way, which just sits for a while, sits and sits and sits, and then does what is next. From the outside, the Pooh way doesn't seem like it's doing much at all, but somehow it always manages to get things done right.
May the two of you always have at least a hint of the Pooh way, of just sitting for long enough to see what's in front of you and do whatever needs to be done forever, which we all know is a very long time.
John and Erika have written their own vows and are ready to share them now. And John will go first.
Forever is a long time. I foolishly agreed to do dishes forever early on in our relationship. So I guess I've already vowed something and need to add it to today's list. But my ridiculous commitment came out of a conversation in which you and I explained you hated doing dishes. And I thought to myself, I don't mind them so much. I can take that on. So often the things that feel difficult for one of us feel light for the other. It's one reason we are here today. But it is more than that. Our first Christmas living together, we agreed our space was too small for a real tree, even though that was my preference. You wanted to get a 2-foot artificial tree with white lights, perfect for our space. That seemed very small to me, and growing up my Christmas tree had multicolored lights. But I understood and agreed. But what arrived in the mail was a 3.5-foot tree with changeable light settings, both white and multicolored. I had always understood compromise in a relationship as one side relenting because it didn't matter as much to them, or both sides agreeing on something that made them both a little less happy in order to meet in the middle. Until beautiful you. Because of you, I now understand compromise as finding the Goldilocks zone of just right, not opportunistic nor accidental, instead a space of intentionality. It takes time and energy, and you bring that to every situation. I am here today committing to the things you are. I want forever to be in the type of relationship you inspire. Your commitment to speaking and acting thoughtfully and with kindness at all times is breathtakingly seamless, though I know that type of consideration comes from deep effort and grace. It is your superpower. It is a gift that I know I deserve, but feel lucky every day to have found it in you. And so I vow to match that effort and grace for the length of forever. Erika Poarch, I take you as my wife. I promise to grow with you and not apart from you, to always support you and speak the truth to you in love, even in the face of challenges that will surely come. I vow to choose us again and again, because loving you feels like the most honest thing I've ever done, and I commit to spending the rest of my life learning how to love you best. I love this, and I love you.
Forever is a long time, I told you early in our relationship, when you pledged you'd do all the dishes for the rest of our lives. Then I meant it as a caution, and now I mean it as a promise. But standing in front of you today, I'm struck by the knowledge that forever will never be long enough to love you or to be loved by you. Years ago, my niece said about her new husband, "He loves me so well." Not so much, but so well. I didn't understand what she meant until you. Until I experienced the care, consideration, and kindness you put into loving me every day in just the ways I need to be loved. Thank you for loving me so well, for constantly seeking to understand me, for intuitively knowing what to say and do to calm my anxieties, and for always, always holding my heart with tenderness. With you, love feels like the deep loosening of a breath I didn't even know I'd been holding, an open invitation to relax completely, and the safety of knowing that even if it isn't all right, at least we will be, together. I am proud of the man you are, kind, funny, intelligent, and handsome, and the partner you are, compassionate, loving, supportive, and thoughtful. You are an incredible human, and I feel fortunate to be loved by you. And so, Jonathan Coalson, I take you as my husband. I promise to grow with you and not apart from you, to support you and speak the truth to you in love. Even in the face of challenges that will surely come, I vow to choose us again and again. Because loving you feels like the most honest thing I've ever done, and I commit to spending the rest of my life learning how to love you best. I love this, and I love you.
We'll be right back.
I do, absolutely. The disadvantage of not having a little ring boy. Oh, sorry. That gave me an opportunity to wipe my tears. Thank you very much. Hang on. Are there rings? The circular shape of the ring, having no beginning and no end, represents eternal love and commitment. It signifies an unbroken bond of love between you two, a unity that lasts forever. The rings are made of precious metal. May they symbolize how precious your love is for each other and be a sign to the world of your enduring love. Okay, repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Give you a ring as a symbol of my love.
My confidence in our strength together.
My confidence in our strength together.
And my pledge to learn and grow with you.
And my pledge to learn and grow with you.
Today, tomorrow, and forever.
Today, tomorrow, and forever.
Erika? Nice, nice. You want to take that? Slip it on. John, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
John, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
My confidence in our strength together.
My confidence in our strength together.
And my pledge to learn and grow with you.
And my pledge to learn and grow with you.
Today, tomorrow, and forever.
Today, tomorrow, and forever.
We're going Erika and John, in the days to come, may you continue to love one another deeply.
May you demonstrate wisdom in the ordering of your common life.
May you each be to the other a source of strength in need,
A counselor in confusion,
a comfort in sorrow.
and a companion in joy.
May you offer grace when you hurt one another,
May you be vulnerable enough to recognize and acknowledge your faults.
and brave enough to genuinely seek each other's forgiveness.
May the love that you have demonstrated here today be like seeds that will continue to flower year after year.
Making your love for each other a sign for all of us to see.
Amen.
And now, not by any special power that we have, but by the power of your vows spoken before all those gathered here and those watching from afar, we now pronounce you husband and wife.
We are beyond proud to introduce to you for the very first time Jonathan and Erika, husband and wife.